Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Today I'm going to tell you about this move in the penitentiary that we call the bump down move, right? Now, the bump down is a real sophisticated yet simple type of thing that a lot of guys in here do to, make them a little money, right? Now, it only works on the peons that come into the system, the new buddies that are just coming into the system, right? The ones that haven't had somebody to give them the ins and outs and school them on the game, right? Look here. One of the first things that you told when you come into the penitentiary is to mind your own business, see and don't see. You understand what I'm saying? Stay out of other people's business, right? So that can work to the disadvantage of a new buddy, a peon, because you got a lot of people, if the person is not put in the cell with somebody that's respected, that'll give them the game, that wants them to know what's going on, look, a lot of people will leave you to, find out and learn on your own how things work, because they don't want to get in the middle of somebody else's hustle. They don't want to get in the middle of somebody else's hustle, and that can be a bad thing, especially if it's found out. But let me tell you what this brother named Maxi used to do. Maxi was cold at the bump down, because he used the organization to pull off what he had going on, right? And you're going to understand that as I get more into this story about Maxi with the bump down move. Now let me tell you what he would do. See, Maxi's bump down move will take place at the microwave. See, at the microwave in the penitentiary, that's where we get to cook all our food. We don't have stoves. We don't have crock pots. They took our pots from us. We don't have any other means of heating up our food other than a microwave. So the microwave is a valuable instrument for people in the penitentiary. Valuable tool. Everybody has to use it. And you would think that it would be automatic that an individual would know that it's open to everybody. But a peon, a newbie coming into the system wouldn't necessarily know that. Why is that? Because you got phones that are available to everybody in the pod, but you got certain phones that belong to GD, certain phones that belong to Vice Lord, certain phones that belong to Blood, certain phones belong to Crip, and the Every Nation, and so on and so forth. And that makes it seem believable that it would apply to microwaves and anything else in the building, showers, all this and that, right? So here's Maxi. This is what he would do. This is his move right here. He would wait till the new buddy goes to the microwave, put some food in there. Once the food is put in the microwave and he's turned on and he's cooking, and dude, whoever the new buddy is, right? He's standing there watching his food heat up. He'll stop it, pull it out, stir it a little bit, put it back in, and then continue to cook it, right? Then here comes Maxi. Maxi bumped down on him. And he'd be like, hey, bro, what you got going on, man? Now, he makes sure there's not too many people in the pod when he was doing it, because he didn't want anybody getting in his business, because some people would get in his business because they know Maxi on that bull. Because, see, the brothers wouldn't even be on what he was on. But a lot of times, but you're going to understand in a minute, a lot of times the brothers didn't know what he was doing, how he was using. But here's the move. He bumped down on the Peon and said, what you got going on, man? What you got in the microwave? And the new buddy, he a little shook. He ain't really knowing what to say. He's like, I'm just cooking some food. Got me a noodle or something, something like that, something simple. He said, oh, yeah? He said, man, you know this GD microwave? And he said, what do you mean? What is that? He said, GD, you know what GD is, don't you? And the new buddy be like, nah, I don't know what GD is. Even if he did know, he wouldn't say that he knew. He'd say, nah, I don't know what it is. Then Maxi would tell him, it's gangster disciple, man. You can't be using this microwave unless you make sure that we say it's cool. Because if we need to put something in there, it don't need to be nothing else and nobody over here. So the peon would look at him and he'd say, hold up, man. He said, but I'm just trying to heat my food. I'll be done in a few minutes. He said, no, you done already crossed the line. You done already violated. He said, man, you owe GD $50, man. So the new buddy looking at him like, $50 for putting something in the microwave? And he was like, yeah. He tell him, he said, man, and I need to get that, man, by tomorrow. I need that. And he'll tell him, he said, look, I need you to put that on Cash App. And he'll slide him that thing to him and tell him, here, send it to that. And he'll say, you got Cash App, don't you? And the new buddy not really understanding what he's like, yeah, but, my people ain't going to do that. He said, well, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences. And then the new buddy look at him and say, well, what's the consequence? He said, man, you're going to get your ass whooped. Simple as that. You don't pay that money. So now the new buddy spooked. He stopped the microwave, opened the door, get his food, and he leave. He gone to the cell. He shook. He don't know what to say. He's scared to say something to his cellie. He's scared to say something to anybody. Because in the penitentiary, you on your own. I mean, it's as simple as that. You are on your own. Ain't nobody coming to save you unless you are part of a crew, unless you have somebody that knows you, or your cellie take a liking to you. And that is rare in the very beginning, because what happens in prison is this. People want to see if you're going to stand up. And if you stand up, then you'll have people to stand behind you and with you. But if you don't stand up, hey man, ain't nobody finna save you in here. So now the peon trying to figure out what to do. He don't even know how to tell his mom and pops what it is that he done got himself into. He thinking he done crossed the line. So now for the next few days, he won't even go to the microwave. He eating dry noodles. That's it. Or he'll put some water out of the sink in the bowl and let the noodle blow up like that and eat it cold. He's shook. He's shook. So now, here go Maxi. The peon down on the ball field walking. So Maxi, he got 2 or 3 brothers with him, and they mobbing up. They walking, trying to get as close to the, Maxi want to get as close to the newbie as he can, right? So he tell brother, hold up, stop. Y'all wait right here. I need to go holler at dude for a minute. Now, brother them don't know what's going on. They ain't got a clue as to what Maxi's into. Now, they already know he on shice, but they don't know that he's using them. So Maxi, he bumped down on the new buddy and tell him, he said, look, you see brother them over there? And then, the peon, he'll look over there. The new buddy look over there. He's like, yeah, I see him. He said, man, you don't get that $50 to that cash app. They coming to see you, man. He said, man, I'm trying to hold them off and tell them, man, that you're a good dude and all this other kind of stuff, but I can't hold them off forever, man. You need to take care of your business before it turn into something. So the new buddy now, he really shook now because he looking at Brunham over there laughing and kicking. They don't even know what Maxi is saying to this boy. They don't even have a clue. But the peon, the new buddy, when he look over at him, he see 2 dudes, man, that they laughing about this thing. They ain't got no problem with it. And when you see brothers talking, and we talk with our hands. And we might, take our fist and hit it into our other hand like that while we kicking it. It don't mean nothing. But if you a peon, a new buddy that's looking at that, and you being told by Maxi that they coming to get you, when you see them hitting their fist in their hand, what that means to you is that they gonna get me. They over there talking about whooping me. Now he shook. And I know some of y'all saying, nah, I wouldn't fall for that. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Because, see, you don't know. And the new buddy didn't know that this was game. The brothers that's over there waiting on Maxi to come back finishing the conversation, they don't know that they're being used. But Maxi on the bump down. He on the bump down. And he trying to get his. That's how he get his. Everybody got a hustle in here. Everybody got an agenda. I told you that. I told you that from time and time again. But here's how it go. Now, the new buddy shook. And he said, man, I'm going to get the money, man. I just got to go to visit, and I got to tell my mom and them. I don't want to tell them over the phone. He said, okay, you got to the weekend. But if you don't get that money sent to that cash app this weekend, you're going to get whooped or you're going to have to pay double. It don't make no difference to me. You know what I'm saying? And then Maxi mob off. And he walked back over there to the brothers. They looking at him like, what's going on? He's like, ain't nothing. Just talking to him, you know what I'm saying? Trying to work out something. They don't have a clue as to what just happened. They don't have a clue. So the weekend come. Young dude, he go to visit. He telling his mom and pop what happened. His mom is pissed. She's mad and she's scared for him at the same time. She said, I'm calling the warden. And that's what most parents will do. First thing they say, I'm calling the warden. Well, let me tell you something. It's positives and negatives to that. You call the warden gonna take care of the business. I'm telling you now. But let me tell you how he's gonna take care of the business. Let me tell you how. He gonna call his people, the people that work for him, the captain, lieutenant, the people that really make it happen on the compound. They're gonna get them dudes, and they going to pick up Maxi. They're going to throw him in the hole. Put him in the hole, pending investigation. Then they're going to grab the son, throw him in the hole, pending investigation, right? And when they get him in the back, he going to have to tell them what happened because they're going to say, your mama called. He don't know no better. He going to tell them everything. And then that's going to get Maxi flipped. Now, their little son has got a whole organization looking at him like he's a rat. The whole compound is looking at him like he's a rat, right? Now he can't come back out and he can't go nowhere else. So he tell his mom, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to make it worse. And his dad, he's looking at him. His dad understands. But his dad is mad too because it's like he can't do nothing to help his son. So his dad do what most people do. He said, how much is it again? He said, it's $50. He said, you only got to pay this one time? He's like, yeah, that's all he said. That's what he thinks anyway. Because once you pay that first time, it's going to continue. But he'll change it up. He'll say, well, we can do this once a month, and then you can use the microwave all month. That's how this thing go. So his dad tells his son, I'm going to send it, and we're going to be done with this. So the visit's over. They have a good visit. You know what I'm saying? The son, he eats and everything, and he misses his family. He tells him he loves him. Then he goes back to the compound, and he finds Maxi, and he tells Maxi when he gets back to the unit, the money's going to be on there this afternoon. So Maxi tell him it better be on, he going with the tough boy move, you know what I'm saying? It better be on there. We're going to have problems tonight. So Maxi gets somebody to check the card, and it's there. The money's on the cash out. He got his bread. Now he know he got him one on the hook. So now he bumped down back on the dude. He tell the dude, he said, look here, this is what we're going to do. Because you need to use the microwave. I know you want to eat your food hot. Heat up some, cook some. He said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go tell bro now, you're going to pay $50 a month, and you can use the microwave all month long. No questions asked, whenever you want to. Now, let me keep, look here. Let me keep you up on something now. Now, this new buddy, he don't have a clue that this is all game. Remember that. Remember that. He don't have a clue. He being manipulated. But it's the bump down. So the Peon, he looking at him, he's trying to weigh this up. It would be nice to heat up some food. You know what I'm saying? Because he's tired of eating cold noodles at night. He tired of eating raw noodles. You understand what I'm saying? And all this and that. Tuna fish straight out the pouch. He want to put a little heat on that thing. Put a little salt and pepper on it, a little onion in it. You know what I'm talking about? Make that thing all spiced up, right? So he tell him, okay. Now, again, don't nobody know what Maxi doing. Don't nobody know at all what Maxi doing. So the young dude get on the phone. He tell his dad, he said, man, I got to pay that every month, man. And his dad reluctantly agrees. He said, we'll take care of it. Now Maxi got a $50 lick coming every month, no questions asked. And he might have 5 or 6, maybe even 10 people at one time doing the same thing. That's his hustle. That's how he get his bread. But let me tell you something. Just because you got a hustle, just because you use the org to pull it off, that don't mean consequences don't come your way. That don't mean that at all. Now the family, one thing about the family, it's rules against certain things. Like you ain't supposed to be extorting if you GD. Y'all know that. They keep it 100. And then they'll know something like that is going on, right? But they'll let it go on as long as it don't bring no heat. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, the individual that might be partaking in that might be breaking bread with them in some small way. So they cool with it. As long as the lames, the peons, the ones that, don't nobody care nothing about them. Don't nobody care nothing about them. You own your own in here. I'm trying to tell you. That's why you don't want no positive lifestyle. You feel me? So look here. Now this new buddy, he ends up with his celly going to the hole, right? And after a couple of days, the op gets put in the cell. And when I say op, I mean somebody in a rival gang or a different gang, okay? Yeah. one of the ops gets put in the cell with him. And this op, he one of these older, more mature type dudes. You feel me? And he wants to school his seller. You know, he knows his seller new to the game, so he wants to give him game. Because that's part of that recruiting apparatus. You know what I'm saying? Make them believe that you care. Don't mean everybody don't care, but that's part of it. So he telling his seller what's going on. So his seller, after about a week or so, opens up to him and tells him what's been going on. And his seller is laughing, got tears rolling down his face. He said, man, you fell for that? He said, you don't have to pay to use no microwave. Now, let me tell you something. See, dude, this lame, this Peon, this new buddy, he ain't no sucker. He ain't no sucker. He just don't want no problem. He just want to do his time and go home like everybody in here. Most people just want to do their time and go home. But now he getting pissed because he done put a burden on his parents to be paying off this dude. Now, he ain't paid but a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But he's agreed to pay every month. And now he feeling like he locked in or it's going to be a problem. The whole org going to come down on him. All of GD going to come down on him. He don't know that this ain't true, right? So he feel like he got to take care of something. He got to do something about this. So check this out. So one day while he talking to his seller, keep in mind his seller the op. He talking to his seller. He tell his seller, he said, look, I ain't finna keep doing this. So his seller sees an opportunity to take care of something. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes in here. So he tells me, he said, man, look, they strong and they hit hard and fast. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do this, you got to send a message. You got to mean it. Because most people in the penitentiary, let me tell y'all something else. Most people in the penitentiary do not have a death wish. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Everybody talk that tough talk, but don't nobody want to die. Listen to me. They don't want to do it. Because ain't no coming back. You don't hit no reset button on like you do on the video game and then you wake back up. You don't get to buy no lives, no coins that's going to bring you back. That ain't how this thing works. And most people in the penitentiary that have witnessed a stabbing or anything like that, it shakes them up. Especially the first time. You traumatized. Because if you have never seen something like that, when you see another man with a piece of metal and he's driving it in another man's body as fast and as hard as he can because he's scared too. Or he's done it so many times that he ain't even scared no more. He just numb. He just turned straight killer. When you see that look on that person's face, boy, look here. I know the first time I seen it, I couldn't even take my eyes off of it, but at the same time, I was spooked. I'm talking about I got butterflies in my stomach, but I got to play that role because brother them watching, everybody watching, and we acting like we really, like, man, it's going down. But I know from experience, every single one of us like, oh, now. I ain't trying to get caught up like that. Because it's a mean thing, man, when you see a piece of metal going into another man's flesh. It's a mean thing, especially when that blood starts jumping up out of it. You feel what I'm saying? So the op, he feeling that new buddy's head with all this old take care of the business. And then he's like, how? See, he's grown to trust this dude. So he tells me, he said, look, man, you got to put in work. You put in work, I got your back. We got your back, meaning the org that he belongs to, right? See, all of that's game too. Because what I tell you at the beginning of this, he a Peon, he a nobody. Don't nobody care nothing about him. Everybody finna send him out. Now, if he put in work, if they see he actually go, oh yeah, he has value then. He has value. But until then, he ain't got no value. It's just talk. They want to see something, shake something. So he put that thing in his hand. He said, look, you got to get him. You got to get him. Now, see, what does the op lose? If he get him, the op wins. He can recruit him to his side. If he don't get him and they catch him, the op don't lose nothing. The Peon lose everything. They not going to do nothing to him. It's the Peon that's going to get it. So he's sending him out. He tells him, he said, look, you got to figure out the best time to catch him when he's by himself. And when you catch him by himself, you got to do it to him. And if you want to hear how he going to do it to him, you're going to have to come back to the next episode, right? Because I'm going to tell you how he does it to him. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I'm getting so tired.